Hello and welcome to the lecture on creating tables. So we have finished introduction to HTML. So let's go ahead and create another folder. Okay, let's create a folder called creating tables. Okay, and we'll create a file called tables.html. Right, so when we head over to the brackets, we are still pointing to introduction to HTML, so we'll change that. Instead of that, we'll go to intermediate HTML. I will select that folder. Okay, so now you have this folder ready, so we'll create all the exercises here and then we'll use the intermediate HTML folder. Anyway, we also need the boilerplate, so I'm going to open that boilerplate. Okay, and keep it ready. So let's create the tables. Okay, I'm going to say tables. Okay, change the heading to table. So we're going to do two examples and we're going to see there are two ways to write a table, so we're going to see both the ways. Okay, and how do you write a table? First we'll say this is sample 1. Okay, there's a tag called table. Okay, using table you write tables. Okay, and in tables you have three things. First you have the heading, then you have the row, and then you have your columns. Right, so first thing we do is we always write rows. Okay, the row is written with RTR. Right, R denotes row, and inside rows you have something called as TD. Okay, that's nothing but your columns. Okay, so anything that you want to add a new row, you create new rows like this, and if you want to have columns, then you add like this. Okay, these are columns inside the HTML page. For the table we have to create the heading first, so let's create the heading. So to create the heading, there is one more element called as TH, that is the heading. So here you will add the column names. So I'm say column name 1 and column name 2. Okay, once you add a row for that heading, then you have to add another row for the data. Right, so let's add the data now. So I'm say content 1, that's nothing but your column. Okay, what you're trying to do here is this is the first column, this is the first content in that column, and then you're gonna have second column, and this is the content in the second column. Okay, and how you're creating the new lines inside the table, you're using the TR, which is nothing but the rows. Okay, so after this we're going to write a new line, and then let's look at an output of this table. Okay, so here you can see you have a table, that's the H1, then you have column name 1, that is TH, this again the TH, then you have TD, and then you have the TD. So you see the new lines here, the table has new row, that row is coming up from this TR. Okay, and then TD are nothing but your columns. Okay, the columns are column 1, content 1 and content 2, column name 1 and column name 2. The row is basically the new line, that is a new entry inside the table. Okay, so let's create one more sample of how to create the same table. So I'm going to add H1 and I'm going to say table example 2 and I have the sample 2. Obviously we're going to have the table, so anything that you write as a table you have to define inside the table. Okay, you also have a tag called caption. Okay, you can say table caption, move it here so that you can see the output. Okay, then you have something called as table heading. Right, okay, how do you create a table heading? We saw that we can create a row and then TH. It's also called as T-head. Okay, using T-head also you can create the headings, and inside the T-head you have to now write the row. Okay, and you can say column name 1 and column name 2. This is your headings. Okay, and then you can have the footer also for your table. So footer we can write right after the heading. Okay, remember that. So it is tfoot. These are basically the HTML tags from the specification. They say you can even use this way to create the tables. Okay, and we can say footer. Right, now goes your content. Okay, now this is the table body. Okay, you can use t body, and inside the t body you can write your actual content. Now you can define the row, and then you can define the columns. Okay, from the previous example, this example have many other elements in the table. It has caption, it has heading, it has footer, and then it has body. It's up to you which one you want to use. You want to have a caption, head, footer, and basically the body. But typically from my side, I will typically use this because it looks simple and easier. I don't have much of the time, I don't have footer, but if I have footer, I will write outside the table. Right, it even does the same job. Maybe we can do that. We can not place this in H, but we can remove and put the. It is just the spacing problem, right? You have little more space when you write a paragraph, but if you write a footer for your table, it's right under the column, right? So it's up to you how you want to write it, but typically I tend towards writing simple tables because it has too much things inside, and simpler to read as well because you have the heading and then you have the columns. Okay, but if you want something like a table where you have to have a caption, where you want to have a heading, you want to have a footer, and then you have to differentiate between the heading, footer, and the body, then this kind of tags will help you to achieve the same table. All right, so that's all about how to create tables in HTML. So let's create a student table, and then we'll understand how you can populate a real-time data. Right, so let's go ahead and quickly create a student table. Okay, let's open that up. Let's use our boilerplate. We can actually use the tables, and we'll create this and we'll remove this section. Part of this exercise, we'll also learn some attributes of the table. Okay, so let's call it as student table. Okay, the first part we will create the columns. We'll create 3 columns for a student: ID, name, and class. Okay, for the content, we'll create the user's content or student content, and then his class. All right, you don't have to copy the heading. We'll copy like 2 more rows. Right, we'll call it 202 and 103, 102 and 103, and then we will change the names. Right, we'll call him Jane, and then we'll give him Bob. His 5th standard and his 2nd standard. Right, let's verify this. So that's our table. We have our heading, and when we have 3 rows in it. Okay, and looks nice. Let's add some properties to this table. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is how do you add different kind of properties to the table and make it look nicer. Okay, we are not doing any styling to it, but these are the attributes of the tag which we will be using. Okay, so the first thing is how to add a border. Okay, so we'll say add a border. Okay, how do you add a border? So there's an attribute called border. Okay, you can specify the width of it, and once you say 1, the border will appear. You can increase it by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5, right? So border basically help you to see the format of your table, right? What is the width, or that has been taken care by the text, and then you can play around with it. Once you add spacing to it, then border will help you to see which space or which element or which column is basically taking that space. Okay, so one of the property or attribute of a table is a border, using which you can add a border. Okay, let's create another example. The next example is called as cell spacing. Okay, you can add cell spacing, that is the attribute, and you can mention how many points it is. Px means points. The spacing is basically spacing between the columns, right? If you see here, there are columns like ID and name. What is the space you want between those columns? It is like one column after the column. What is the space that you want for each of these columns? So that's why you see the spacing is outside. Okay, spacing is outside that element. That is called cell spacing. Spacing between two different cells. The next one is cell padding. Okay, you can also have cell padding, and it's called as cell and padding. Okay, the cell's padding is basically the space inside the cell. Okay, cell spacing is outside between the two cells. Cell padding is the space inside the cell. Okay, so inside the cell you see there's so much space. Now there's a 40 px, that is the all around the text 40 px has been applied, that is the 40 points has been applied. That's the space that has been applied to this cell. You can also mention the width of the table. You can say width, that's another property of the table. And you want to be 50%, right? You want the table width to be 50%. So that's basically, you see the first table, there's no space, and you see this table, so there's space here, right? That space is coming because you specify the width. Next is column span. Let's look at column span. That's one more attribute of a table. Okay, column span is nothing but adding columns together. Let's say you want to add these two columns together, you don't want to have this line. Okay, you can do that by specifying any of the columns and say the column span means the width of the span is 2 points, means you occupy the two columns. Okay, and because you occupy the two columns, you don't have to mention it here, you can mention it here, and then you can remove this column because this column is occupying the two column space. Okay, you just mention is equal to here, and you can see the column is being occupied. Okay, this is called as column span. All right, and where do you apply that? You apply onto the column, and if you want a column to occupy n number of columns and then you want to merge columns together, you basically use the col span. Okay, similarly you have row span. Let's look into that. And you want to combine, let me show you that output, right? You want to combine 102 and 103 together. Okay, so if you want to combine 102 and 103 together, you can say 102 and 103. You are clubbing the columns together, right? And I don't want 103 here. Okay, I want to combine these two columns here, right? How you're going to do it? You can say row span is equal to 2. Okay, now you can see the row has been added, right? Here you have merged the columns, here you have merged the rows. Okay, that's the property of a row span. Row span merge two rows together, column span merge two columns together. All right, so those are some of the attributes. Let's open the page and let's review it once. So first thing we did is we created the student table. We had our headings and then we had our columns, 3 columns. Okay, that's what is this. Then we added a border to have this nice little lines around our columns. Then we looked at cell spacing. Cell spacing is the spacing between two different cells. Okay. Then we looked at cell padding. Cell padding is the space inside the cell. Okay. Then we looked at the width. Okay. You see the width 50%, right? Then it takes the half page space, right? Because you say 50%, right? Then there is a call span. Call span is to merge the columns together. Okay. Here you can see you have merged two columns. And then you have the row span. Row span is to merge the rows together. Okay. So those are the properties: row span, call span, width, cell padding, cell spacing, border. Okay. Those are the attributes of a table. Okay. Have fun with tables, play around with it, and see any tables that you want to create. Try to play around with it and create the same output with tables. So that's one lecture on tables, and I'll see you in the next one.